I'm Lamar Pierce, and I'm an associate professor of organization strategy here at the Olin Business School. I've been here 7 years. I was gone 1 year in Austin on a fellowship, but I've been here for a total of 7 years. This will be my 8th year here. I teach the Executive MBA class on ethics. I teach ethics at the Brookings Institution, the Master of Science and Leadership program. I teach the Strategic Management capstone course in the MBA program, and I teach the Strategic Management course in Fudan. I tend to study productivity and misconduct in organizations, and a lot of some of the mechanisms behind that, what drives that. So essentially the idea around what type of firm policies, and if you're outside firm, in a government, what type of organizational policies tend to impact both misconduct and productivity together. Because oftentimes the problem is a policy will be implemented to try to make workers more productive, and this also leads to them engaging in bad behavior. The opposite of that is a company will try to implement a policy to try to cut down on misconduct, and that makes workers unhappy and makes them less productive. And so I've been studying a lot of things like employee monitoring and surveillance, which is often used to try to cut down on misconduct, but then often can upset workers. But oftentimes can also make them more productive as well. It depends on a number of factors. So things like that, compensation systems, some of the psychological foundations for that. I'm originally from the Pacific Northwest, so I'm from a small town on the border of Washington and Idaho, sort of in the middle of nowhere, or very close to it. And I went to school at the University of Puget Sound for undergraduate in Tacoma, Washington, and worked at Boeing in Seattle after that. And then after that, I went to graduate school at Berkeley, did my PhD there. I taught for a couple of years at Carnegie Mellon as a visitor, and then eventually Olin was nice enough to hire me here. In a lot of academic institutions, you can have really difficult dynamics and difficult people, but the people here are both very heavily involved. They're very pro-social. So they put a lot of effort into what's good for the school and what's good for the students. St. Louis is a great city. It's a nice place to live. I'm a West Coast guy, but the people here are really nice, and life here is very low stress, and the city's got just a lot of really great things going for it. I have a small infant now, so I spend a lot of time with him. We like to relax, go to the park, Forest Park, go to farmers markets, get outside.